asking forgiveness in advance. I messed up. I forgot to check my mic, and I had the camera mic selected the whole time, but I fixed it by episode 3. I'm sorry in advance. Please forgive me.
What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy, DJ MC. I know that don't make no sense. DJ MC, which one are you? I'm whatever I want to be, because peeps, welcome back to Lego Therapy. Peeps, I already did a live on this, so, well, not this. This is the set I gave my daughter for Christmas that I decided was going to be really great for this episode. So let's slide that bad boy out the way. Peeps, I did the live the other day, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. Lego lights on. Uh-oh. We're lavish in the Lego Lounge. We are doing our very first FunWhole set, and it is the, what is this called? Factory House of Music, and it is part of the Street Fusion line from the FunWhole company. It is set number F9068, 2,654 pieces. Now guys, if you didn't see the live, go check it out. I talked about it already, but I really am excited for this build. One thing I will point out, I had to wait. I'm gonna take this off. I had to wait a few days after I got it in the mail. I'm not really sure why, but FunWhole apparently does not put out their digital directions at the same time that they put out their packages, which seems backwards to me. So like, all right, we already showed this again in the live, but here are the 3 massive manuals. So books 1, 2, and 3. I think they're all about 200 and something pages. This is 204 pages, and like this one, had some inserts for corrections, right? Which is cool. But I would think that before they focused on this, they would focus on the digital copy and then master these afterwards. I don't know. I don't really understand it, but they finally did get the digital directions uploaded to their website. So I do have those over here, and I am excited. Now, I will say, in the sake of time, I went ahead and pre-sorted all the bags, and they're a little different from Lego because, again, Lego does not do lighting kits. This is not something that Lego is known for, but this does come with a full lighting kit, and in the beginning of the instruction manuals, they even break down like testing out your lighting kits, which I have not done yet. I do want to just kind of go through the process since this is my first FunWhole set. But let's see, let's pop up this camera real quick. You can see all the great artwork. This is one of their mini themes. Again, I talked about it more on the live, go check that out. But it breaks down the whole lighting kit process, testing out your lighting kit, the different type of brick separator they have in here. And then it even breaks down, like this is everything that's going to be in book 1, and then everything book 2, everything in book 3. So you got that right up front. The instructions so far look fairly normal, nothing out of the ordinary for brick building. So again, I have not really gone through the kit yet. Also, it does come with a nice little service card. So I guess if you have issues with your set, your lighting kit, whatever, you just hit that little service card up and get yourself going. All right, peeps, what is the dad joke of the day? Hopefully it's something music related. That would be awesome. What does a cow use to do math? A calculator. Not music related at all. All right, so let's skip ahead here in the directions. So here's one thing that I noticed as I was sorting the bags. It's just kind of interesting. There's 11 bags in total, but each bag has like 4 to 5 bags each. So there's probably in the range of 40 to 50 bags sitting over here on the side of my table. But again, I just wanted to go ahead and prep all that stuff so that I didn't spend a bunch of time doing that. Also, they have all the numbered bags, but then they also have these lettered bags. So they got F bags, which is there's the minifigs and the spare pieces, or they call them special bricks. And then there's the S bag, which I'm guessing is just a bunch of extra spare pieces. I don't know. But it doesn't show that we're using those bags in section 1. It does show we're going to have these little light kits going on, so I will test these out, I guess, once we get to that point. But, peeps, let's jump into it. Let's get bags. Number 1, oh man, this is another company. Look how thick this plastic is. Even though they got the perforation, it does not tear very easily. This is thick. Thick. I'm not saying it's bad, just pointing it out. Alright, look at that brick separator. Ooh, that's a hunky brick separator. Very similar to the Lego style. Not quite as different as the one we did for, oh gosh, Mega Bloks. Jeez. Brain. My brain's not braining yet. That's why I'm here. Alright. Gosh. Alright, this might be a challenge. I might have to really I might have to pause, reorganize my desk, and make sure all this is going to fit in here. I don't want to be fighting with myself as I'm trying to build, but I do want to keep it in frame. Man, bunch of little pieces. You know, I'm going to go ahead and dump these into buckets, and then we'll sort out the pieces as necessary. By the way, I mentioned this on the live, but this is going to be different for me because 1, it's a new company, but 2, the lighting kit thing is something I've never done, so I haven't even done an add-on kit like a lot of people do. So I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to rush this. If this takes 10 episodes, I doubt it, but if it takes 10, then it takes 10. We do what we got to do. I don't want to rush the process. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to have a therapeutic experience, and I want to learn something new. This is new. One thing I do know about this company, having watched Mark Builds Bricks, very good channel. Go check him out. I think he's BRIX. I'll check real quick. Yeah. So, Mark Builds Bricks, BRIX. It's Mark spelled with a K. He does a lot of FunWhole. He does everything, but he is a big fan of FunWhole. Here's what's ironic. This is my first FunWhole set, and he just put a post up the other day. Apparently FunWhole is, I don't think they're going away. From if I understood the post correctly, they're merging with another company. I think it's called Luma Bricks or Lumen Bricks or something along those lines. So they're not going to be FunWhole for much longer, I guess. But as I was saying, they are all. Ooh, look at that! See, all the pieces are printed. There are no stickers. And I think for the most part, every kit is lighted in some way, shape, or fashion. So, looking forward to something new and different. Haven't seen any crazy pieces yet, but we're just getting started, peeps. So, I'm gonna sort and hush for a little bit. God, these colors, these clear. There's something about the clear, I don't want to call them clear, see-through, translucent, whatever. Something about those see-through pieces just get me so pumped. I love them. All right, let me hush, let me sort, let me take it in, let me see if there's any cool pieces I'm not familiar with, and I'll be back with you, peeps. I'll be right back. All right, peeps, we are fully sorted out. Not true. I didn't sort out bag F. Okay. Question is though, how much of bag F do I sort out? I don't know. Because then there's also bags 1 and 3 for the lighting kit. I'm just gonna set these here to the side for when I need them. I'm not seeing any of the bag F pieces right off the bat, so I think I'm just going to set these to the side until we reach them in the directions. Just to keep the clutter down a little bit, because there's a lot going on. Again, I have all kinds of junk on this side of the table, but I may just end up having to clear it all off if this gets too chaotic. But for now, I'm going to jump into this. We're going to see how it goes. Fingers crossed, I don't end up more crazy. Alright, here we go, peeps. Let's just build, and we'll talk as we see it. By the way, I was goofing around with my lighting settings recently, and I think I finally found a setting for this side, for the top-down camera, that I kind of like. Now it kind of makes me look pasty on this side. This is really my color right here. This right side camera. This is, now I kind of look a little bit white, but it is what it is. I'm not going to keep messing with it. It's good enough. All right, let's go. So another thing they do, they put in here, this is an 8x16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, 8x16 tells you, grab the 8x16 plate, grab the 2x16 plate, grab the 2x3 plate. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Get into bag F. So I'm just going to pull out the pieces that they're telling me to use, just so that I don't create a bunch of chaos. Because the way the instructions explained at the beginning, bag F is the minifigs plus extra parts, and it just says that you will use them throughout the rest of the build. So I don't know how quickly or slowly I'm going to use. Actually, you know what? I'll just dump these into a bucket. Let's use our head here, MC. Let's dump these into their own bucket. This is bag F. They have a note in here telling you that these little pieces, you've got these little tracks in them. I guess they're for organizing the wires. So here's something else I think is really neat about these directions. Not only are they showing you the normal view, like the way Lego does it, but they're also showing you a top-down view, which Lego does occasionally, like with Rivendell. Rivendell is a good example. When you did the roof with all the little tiles, it showed you the side, you know, like the side view, but they also showed you that top-down view to really give you a good, detailed view of what it looks like. I think that's good with something this intricate. I like that they added that in there. Especially since they don't have 3D directions. Okay, well, it didn't tell me I needed bag S, but on this step, it's showing this 16 by 16 plate, and that is only in bag S, as far as I can see. So, I'm yanking that out, and we're gonna roll from there. All right, well, we're getting into lighting. So I'm gonna set this base to the side, and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and test out this light kit and make sure everything works. So I'm gonna skip backwards in the directions and go do this part. I did go ahead and preload this up with the 3 AA batteries as called for. Right off the bat, I just want to point out, like, look how thin this wire is. So I've never worked with this stuff before. I have no idea how flimsy or not this is, but I would say be careful. It does come with this little pair of tweezers, or big pair of tweezers really, for removing your little light pieces from the light strip. So, all the lights seem to test fine. I'm gonna put them back with their bags for now. I'm curious, this is the battery pack they provided, which obviously is designed to stick into the back or side or wherever they decide to mount this thing. But I'm thinking, because this is USB powered, so you plug this little light panel into this box, which is AA battery powered. I'm thinking I could just use a battery pack, like a external battery pack, like everybody uses for their cell phones and stuff, to do the exact same thing. You just wouldn't have this nice little brick, which is a good idea. But I'm thinking if you just wanted to use a rechargeable battery pack, you could. But everything seems to be working. Yeah, so I'm thinking we're good, and I'm gonna go ahead and press. Did you guys see how brilliant those lights were? They're so small, and they look so good for such little tiny lights, man. Round of applause for FunWhole on that. All right, let's get back into the instructions. All right. This right here is a little bit challenging. I wish these were numbered. They could have numbered the tape or something, but I'm just going on the picture. It says the lights are 3, 2, 1, and number 3 is the one that's attached to the connector wire. They do have double-sided tape on them, but it only tells you to take the double-sided tape off of number 3. But I'm trying to make sure I line these up correctly, because it doesn't appear that we're attaching 2 and 1 at this point. They're just going to be free floating. Interesting. I'm taking my time. As I said, I don't want to rush this and mess things up. So here's 3 goes here. 2's going to sit. 3's going to get double-sided taped right here. 2's gonna sit over here somewhere, and 1's gonna sit over here, even more so, somewhere. I just want to make sure I get these all lined up according to the picture. It almost looks like they're standing up, but they're not. They're not showing that they're attached to anything at this point. It would have been nice if they'd numbered these to make it very, very clear, but I think I've got it figured out. I'm not gonna lie, this feels totally wrong, taping things to Lego. Right, not Lego. Taping things to bricks, but it's what the directions show, so. Oh, okay, the very next step, it shows you we're taping down 2 and 1. I guess I could have skipped ahead and seen that. Peeps, there we are. We have just completed section number 1. I'm not going to call it bag 1 because it's so many bags, but a lot going on. Very, very different. I don't want to say very, very different. It's definitely got some different building techniques. Obviously the wiring is a whole new aspect that I'm not used to. Lego doesn't do the lighting kits, so there's a bunch of little bricks that are specifically designed for like wire management. Oh, there's the piece I heard click. I knew I heard something click out of place. Where does this go? So there's got bricks in here specifically designed for wire management. Little notes in here that you got to really read, make sure things are lined up correctly. And I'll say some of the directions, I'm just going to be fair. I got to be fair to Lego because I always critique Lego for their isms. So I'm going to be fair with this one too. The colors are still a problem, which hurts my head. I thought, you know, being another company, that they would want to compete on that level and not have issues with their colors, but it is, some of the colors are challenging. Not all, but some of them are challenging. Here's the other thing, and this is not specific to FunWhole. This is a Lego issue too. Anytime there's mechanical stuff where gears got to work together, I feel like, now just my opinion, people could tell me I'm wrong if they want, but I feel like when there's gears involved, there should be tests throughout to make sure things are lined up. Now they gave me some little arrows in there to try to tell me where to line these things up, but it wasn't clear. Like some of these things have little paragraphs that you gotta read. Give me that same thing. That would have been so much easier. So I'm not really sure that this is going to do what it's supposed to do. I may end up having to tear this whole thing apart or not. I don't know. But this part definitely had me a bit frustrated. Because again, I don't know what the end goal is. So I don't know how these things are supposed to be lined up. And I'm guessing this is going to be characters dancing on the floor or something. I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far. I haven't looked ahead. I haven't watched anybody others. Oh my gosh, English is so hard. Anybody else's videos on this build yet. So I don't know what's right or wrong with this. It could be correct, or it could be very wrong, and I'm just a little bit annoyed with that factor that I don't know where this is supposed to be lined up or how these things are supposed to be looking. It doesn't look right to me right now, but I just don't know, and it's really hard because these aren't 3D directions, these are 2D directions. So I think before I continue on, I'm gonna, finish this recording, and then I think I'm gonna sit here and dig through the directions just a little bit to try to see if I can figure out how these are supposed to be lined up correctly. I may have to tear this whole section apart and put it back together to make sure it's lined up. Like I said, they gave me some little arrows, but it wasn't very clear what these were supposed to be, how these were supposed to be lined up. So I just had them in there, and now I'm trying to use this little lever, and it just doesn't look right to me. Maybe it is, I don't know, but I will find out. Overall, I will say so far, and I don't want to get too deep into it because I do think I'm going to do a review at the end of this. The pieces are very good. Everything is very solid. All the pieces lock together really well. The directions are fairly straightforward, other than, like I said, this mechanical thing. I'm not 100% for sure that it's right. And again, the directions weren't super clear. But overall, I'm really loving what this is so far. Can't wait to continue. So, peeps, I hope this isn't too boring, but I'm learning. And so you guys are getting to join this little adventure with me, but I'm going to hold this up to you so you guys can kind of see I'm assuming, oh, come on. I'm assuming this is the full floor, but I could be wrong because we still got a lot of bags to go. So again, I'm not going to rush this build. I need to take my time, and that's why I said I'm going to, in between recordings, I'm going to take a little bit of time to dig into these directions and see if I can figure out how these are supposed to be lined up to make sure I'm doing this correctly, because I don't want to continue on with this build and get all the walls built up and then feel like a moron when this doesn't work correctly. So gotta do a little homework before I record again, but overall I think it's coming along pretty awesome. Everything looks great. Again, techniques are a little bit different than Lego, but nothing crazy. Nothing that's unsurmountable. So, peeps, you guys enjoyed this video. I like it now. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it with your family, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below, tell me what you think. I know there's not much to go on with this build yet, but I love the colors, these see-through clear colors. I love that there's Technic functions in here. The lighting kit is super neat, and I'm just so excited to continue with this build. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, Donovan, if you see this, I'm sorry. I'm not a good DJ, but I love you. Holla!